Hello, everybody. Welcome to I Am Right. I am Rocker Mike. We've got Rob Rossi, top right.
Yep.
Eric on the bottom left, and Knowledge on the bottom right. How's everybody doing today?
Peace. Everything's
Good.
good.
So much stuff.
Oh my God. We have a full show today. Eric texted me before the show with a bunch of points that we're going to cover here, a bunch of drama going on in the United States.
Yeah.
Man, it's like everything from the shutdown to Mamdani to illegals. And,
Adams dropping out.
Adams dropping out, everything. So where do you want to start, Eric?
I think we should we should start with the whole Adams thing. I think it's a good thing, but I think Curtis should almost step down too now.
Look,
you know something?
It's going to be Cuomo.
It's probably going to be.
Yeah.
I got a text message. I don't know what organization sent it to me. They were like, with Mayor Adams stepping down, we got to do what we can to stop Madavi from getting in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, one, who the fuck are you guys? And two, if this is what people are thinking, because we were talking about it, I think Madavi, his views are so far left.
Yeah.
Even the people that don't like Cuomo will vote Cuomo, stop Madavi. So it's like, all right, Cuomo's the guy we know, and we know he's a bit of a moderator.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Did you see the interview where Cuomo was interviewing a guy, and he asked him, he said, do you think Madami's going to legalize prostitution? And the guy said, no, he's my Muslim brother. He would never do that. And then Cuomo played the video of him wanting to legalize prostitution.
He said day one. He said day one.
Well, what I've been saying for years is, and this is right, I said this right before the Robert Kraft got busted at the massage parlor. Within 10 years, prostitution is either going to be at least decriminalized, if not legal.
It's already decriminalized. What do you think OnlyFans is?
Well, this is what I'm saying. I think that's the precursor to, because the owner of OnlyFans gets 20% off rip.
Right.
So, and
we know in some countries that shit'll get you in jail.
Yes, it will. But I think with this, once the government really finds a way to tax it and make money off it, talk to the racists. Now,
because if you make it legal, now it's your occupation. Your official occupation.
You get W-2s on it, but
you could charge W-2s. You could have withholdings,
or whatever. If you're,
Well, dude, if you got 1099s, enlargements or a write-off.
That's what it is. The people on what's it called, OnlyFans, they're pretty much 1099. They're independent contractors. So when they start making money, then they got to pay their share of taxes.
Yeah,
so that shit is all
It's all about the money.
But you figure that's the chick's part. But the guy, let's say a girl is like $200 for an hour. If he puts that on his card and it comes to like $215, $220 with tax, there's the tax. So the government makes money on that end. They make money on the girl's end. It's a win-win for the government.
Well, then the government's going to come in and they're going to regulate prices.
That'll be next.
And knowing Mandami's going to go, oh, you girls are charging way too much.
Yeah, right. That'll be right.
But also, you can.
The guy will run for mayor, and he'll be like, "The prostitution prices are too damn high."
He'll win in the landslide.
$25.
$25 blowjobs. There you go.
I think it's crazy, man. Look at New York City now. They're looking to legalize mushrooms to sell like encounters.
Oh boy!
Dude, he wants to end the gifted student program, just like remember De Blasio tried to do that shit too.
And I don't understand the logic of that. Isn't that a lefty kind of liberal kind of?
It's because they don't want any students to be better than any other students. In socialism, everybody's supposed to be equal.
Yeah, communism.
But the thing with that is everybody has talent. As humans, people have different talents that you're good at. You're not like Eric is good with graphic design and artwork. I'm good with rapping and making beats. Rob is good with making drinks. Everybody is good at.
Rob is good as getting us lumped up. Get it right.
Rob is amazing at getting us lumped up. Shit, I still remember my born day.
You remember?
Oh my God!
I remember the beginning of it, and I remember the end of it because that girl got mad at me. He actually ended up quitting me because of that night.
That's funny. That's very funny.
Yeah, but I think it's going to be Cuomo. Look,
because businesses can deal with Cuomo.
Yeah, Curtis. Yeah, he's going to get. Like I said, I was down in Coney Island all through, all the way up to the Brooklyn Bridge. Yeah. Curtis signs everywhere. He'll get that section. He'll get Staten Island, but he's not going to get the rest.
It's just not enough.
Maybe even some parts of the Bronx.
He might get part of. We might get part of Queens too.
He'll get further east in Queens. He'll get
Fresh Meadows. He'll get Ozone.
But he's got to beat the from Battery Park up to like 125th. They're all going to go Cuomo.
Yeah,
and Mamdani.
Yeah, and Mamdani.
Sleeway, he'll get parts of Riverdale. That'll be between him and Cuomo for Riverdale and Fieldston. Pelham Bay, like that Pelham Bay. But Sleeway is also Italian, so like it's a Paisan thing over there.
Yeah, you know what the problem is? These guys are going to split too much. It's too much splitting.
But are we considering the ranked choice voting too when we're having this conversation?
That's true. I forgot about that.
I don't know. I still don't understand it all the way. Okay?
Well, with ranked choice voting, that could put Mamdani over the top.
That's what they're saying.
But there's no ranked choice for the mayorhood. That's just when you're running for
the primary.
The primary, there's no ranked choice.
I thought there was ranked choice for the mayor. Wasn't there?
That's to pick the candidate. Who's running?
You sure?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense because on election day, you got to have, the winner's got to be on the election.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. I have to look that shit up.
In some states, they're doing it for congressional seats and things like that. For the election. That's how Sarah Palin lost recently in the last 2 years. She ran up in Alaska and lost that way. Yeah, that's bad shit, that ranked choice voting. But I think I don't know. I saw an interview. I heard an interview on the radio with Sliwa last week. I think Dominic Carter, the New York One guy, used to be a New York guy. He was interviewing him.
It's for primaries and special elections.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Good.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's for the
Sliwa got some matching funds though. He got a boost and some money, and even driving to Jersey yesterday, I was noticing in Brooklyn a lot of Sliwa signs on the Belt Parkway.
Yeah.
So I just wonder if there's like a little sneak attack there going on with him. He might have a better,
His problem is nobody's going to take him seriously with that beret on and all that. I'm like, bro.
I saw a commercial for him, and he was in a suit, like he didn't have the beret on.
Yeah, it's just like what's his name in Ukraine? The president. My brain is cramping.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Zelensky.
Yeah, Zelensky. Dude, wear a suit if you want people to take you seriously.
Yeah, wearing the
arms. Dress. When you go to an interview, you dress for the job.
You dress seriously. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I just I feel bad for New York City, man. I mean, because really, either way is going to be bad. I mean, Cuomo won't be as bad as Mamdani, but Cuomo is
dude.
Jail. It's simple.
Cuomo
what he did
violated our rights so much during COVID, and he played that old thing. Just before the Supreme Court could rule on it, he withdrew it.
Yeah,
and then he waited a little bit. He changed it a little bit.
Yeah,
and then people would take it to court and get almost to the Supreme Court, and he withdraw it.
Right.
Dude, I'm like, come on, dude, this guy, and don't even get me started on the other shit.
Yeah, I mean, just for the COVID with the nursing homes alone.
Yeah, that alone, and the fact that his aide said they doctored the documentation because they didn't want Trump to use it against them.
Mm-hmm.
The deaths and everything, they doctored it. She said, "Oh yeah, we changed the things because we didn't want Trump to use it against us."
Yeah.
Yep. Now it's just as an aside here. I had the news on earlier, and they were talking about how Tulsi Gabbard in the NSA discovered that it's basically Obama that is behind the whole fucking Russiagate thing, okay, and all the stuff leading to 2016, 2020, and even stuff in 2024. It all goes back to Obama. And the guy I was watching, he was saying, you know, is Bondi and Trump going to have the balls to actually indict a former president? Because
I don't think
it's going to happen.
But you know what? It's not even. It's not Obama's just a figurehead.
They got him dead to rights, from what I heard. Okay, NSA information, because she's leading the NSA. She's got her hands in all of it. Okay, everything leads back. You know, email trails, all kind of stuff goes back to Obama organizing this and working with Comey and Brennan in the CIA. Okay, working with them at the very end of his term to basically derail Trump. Okay.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt that.
And swing the election to Hillary Clinton in 2016. Okay, which we know didn't happen, thank God. I mean, Trump was like a monkey wrench into the whole thing, but they wanted to prevent that. And then in 2020, looks like there's some evidence of the Democrats and communicating with China prior to the COVID virus. Okay, that. You know,
I remember they brought that up way back when, and they go, "Oh, that's bullcrap. That's bullcrap."
Okay. Well, look, I mean, they have a history of this. All right, Ted Kennedy in 80, I think it was 80 or 84, he ran against Reagan. Okay, Reagan was the Republican in 80, and I think Kennedy. No, it was 84 because Carter ran against him. He was the incumbent.
Yeah, he's the incumbent.
84 was Ted Kennedy was one of many that were gonna run, and he actually wrote to, I don't know if he had a conversation on the phone or he wrote to the KGB, and there's documents of this. This is all, it's real. Okay, you can look it up. And he tried to have them get involved in derailing the re-election of Reagan. So these people are fucking communists. They don't care. They're power hungry. They'll do anything, to stay in power. And Mamdani is like, all I want to see, I would love to see a Muslim cleric, like an imam, okay, ask him one question, and that is, how can you call yourself a good Muslim, yet you're for LGBTQ trans?
That's the end of the conversation right there.
How can you call yourself a good Muslim and your wife isn't veiled?
Well, yeah, right. She's supposed to be covered up. It depends on there's different sects.
Yeah, there's different sects and stuff.
When they do that, some don't do it. But the thing is they all agree that homosexuality and all that stuff is a sin. Okay? So what they never talk about, okay, only.
Oh, but he's progressive.
Nope.
No, you can't. There's no such thing as progressive in Islam.
No.
They never had a Reformation. Okay, they never had a. It was a Christian Reformation.
Even the Muslim countries that allow like Christianity, like Iraq allowed Christianity. If you're gay,
you're getting thrown off a roof.
Okay? That's why those. What is it?
With your pink hair.
The gays from Palestine.
It's a joke.
The gays from Palestine. I'm like. That is such
they stone your ass, right?
Literally. Roger
your ass on fire.
You will die for that. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, there was videos of Palestinians throwing gays off a roof a few years back.
Yeah. I mean, that's common.
That wasn't some other country. That was that was in Israel, Palestine.
Yeah.
Okay. So they never do that, and that's because of the what's never discussed is there's in Islam. There's something called taqiyya. All right, you ever hear this term? Okay, taqiyya basically is you're allowed to lie to a non-Muslim because they're not Muslim. Okay, and I've read about this, and it is an actual tactic that they use. Okay, and no one ever brings this up. Okay, because obviously he's doing that. He has to be.
Yeah.
Okay. He's saying anything he has to do
to get elected.
because he also wants to spread the Muslim faith. Which, you know, I mean, I have friends that are Muslim. I don't have a problem with the Muslim faith as long as, you know, they're getting along with everybody. But or more often than not, that doesn't happen. I mean, you look at Dearborn, Michigan. It's impossible to live there now. You have the call to prayer 5 times a day, blasting. I mean, it's like, you know, the whole city is under Muslim control. Muslim mayor, Muslim police chief. The on the police cars, they use the Arabic spelling. They use it on their uniforms. Okay, that's what's coming here if Mamdani gets power, I think.
Well, that'll get shot down by every court.
Yeah, that's not going to fly.
Why didn't it get shot down in Michigan?
Because it's Michigan.
Michigan's not New York.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I'm saying that would be, maybe they can't pull it off, but they'll try.
Oh yeah, just like they tried, you know, having non-citizens vote in New York City. That got shut down in my borough.
Quick.
Yep. Yeah, well, Staten Island has common sense. It's the only borough that does.
Yeah.
You know,
I know you Bronx people. I don't know. Y'all got the buildings collapsing.
Yo, that thing looks horrible, man, when you see it.
Listen, didn't I say in a couple episodes we're going back to the 80s?
yeah. With Mamdani, we will.
We're going
Whoa,
straight
very
back to
quickly,
the Koch
man.
era.
I mean, he says he's getting rid of misdemeanor crimes.
He's getting rid of what?
Misdemeanors.
Yeah.
So here's an example of a misdemeanor. Knowledge, I'm pissed off at you.
Yeah.
I take a baseball bat to your car.
It's a
Well,
misdemeanor.
that's not a misdemeanor. That's you going to the funeral home.
Oh, I do it when you don't know. Okay.
Well,
So I baseball bat your car. That's
Yeah.
at least it's at least it's criminal mischief, which is a misdemeanor, and there's probably a couple other charges in there too.
Yeah.
But that would not happen. So now it's a fucking free for all. It's a fucking free for all. The misdemeanor crimes are there for a reason, just like you know the status of a misdemeanor. Okay, it's not quite as bad as a felony, but we have to have it to keep control. Okay.
Or what you can do is, if it's a felony, you can plead it down to a misdemeanor.
That's what they always do.
Time,
Yeah.
But you're not going to get.
Well, look at the woman who was attacked in the UN.
Yeah.
The RFK staffer, she was attacked in the UN.
Mhm.
Right. The woman used a weapon.
What did she use?
They didn't say, but they said the person, her face was swollen and
Some
everything.
kind of blunt object or something.
I don't know.
Yeah,
But the problem with the RFK staffer was she refused medical care.
Nah, you fucked up there.
See, if you refuse medical care, it's not a felony.
Yeah.
Oh.
If you have to get medical care, it's a felony.
But I wonder what the rules are inside the UN.
That's true. Well, it was NYPD who made the arrest. So
Yeah.
I just wonder if they have a separate set of rules for shit that goes on in there. Like
because they are supposed to be international soil.
Yeah, it's international soil.
Would it be like international law? Like, what if you kill somebody in there?
That's the world court.
Is that the world court that would handle it?
Yeah.
Like if she killed
I don't know.
in the bathroom.
Yeah, that's the world court.
That's
UN,
Social studies, kids.
UN is a fucking cesspool. I mean, it really is. And then they sabotage his escalator. They sabotage his teleprompter. There's no way.
There's no way. There's no way you're in the UN, and yeah, I've talked about this in the UN, in the General Assembly, a place where leaders from around the world make speeches, that they don't have an AV department.
You looked up the AV department. I saw
There is an AV department, and it says as the job description for the manager to make sure events go flawlessly.
Mm-hmm.
So if Trump's teleprompter didn't work,
it's the UN. You don't have those kind of fuck ups. This doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And the escalator, they're like, oh well, yeah. The UN said one of Trump's staff hit the escalator button. Next time you go on an escalator, look and see where the stop button is, and look and see it's behind glass.
Yeah.
You got to pick up glass. You got to purposely bend over, pick up a thing, under the cover, and then press a big red button.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's no video of this?
Exactly.
All right, they said a Trump staffer did it. Well, let's see the video.
Yeah.
Now picture this. Anybody in any security office in the UN or in any building can stop an escalator at any time.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, I mean, now you may laugh and say, "Oh, it's an escalator." Do you realize if you're going up an escalator or down?
He was stepping on. He just stepped on. If you stop that,
you can slip and break his neck.
Well, if you're on it and it's moving and it stops,
that's sudden stop. Yeah.
Or let's take it another step. Suppose somebody wanted to take a pot shot.
Stop the escalator and shoot him.
Yeah.
In the UN. Yep. And then he gets on stage and the teleprompter's not working. I mean, like,
this is the UN. This isn't like, they said, oh, it was a Trump staffer's fault.
Do you realize the symbolism of those two events?
Yeah.
At all?
Yeah, the escalator was like when he announced
when he started running for president 2015, he came down on the escalator. Okay. And then silencing a teleprompter is silence. Making a teleprompter broken is silencing you.
Yep.
It represents these people are fucking evil. All right. They do this shit for reasons. There's a symbolism of everything.
And this woman wouldn't attack an RFK staffer in the UN if the environment wasn't already there to enable it.
To have it happen.
Nobody does that shit for Putin. Nobody does that shit with Netanyahu.
Yeah.
No.
Now, I don't know if you guys hear, because I put it on Facebook every so often. Tolerant people are the most intolerant. Because you could be on the other side and you could have a conversation. Like, I remember even in high school when I thought I wanted to be a Democrat, and I would have conversations with Republicans, and these kids were my friends. Like, we would just, it wasn't a debate, it wasn't an argument, it was a conversation. Oh, why do you think this blah, blah, blah? Why do you think that? Well, because of this. And then we talk, and we were actually the three best kids in like geography and social studies or whatever it was. We were the three best students, and we sat right in the front. We was the most energetic, to the point where the teacher wasn't even calling us.
So you already knew the answer.
Yeah, because one of the other kids involved. But that's when you were able to have a conversation. Now you go to the other side, and these people who claim tolerance or whatever, they're angry. They want to shut you down. They want to dox you.
Yep.
Because you disagree with somebody.
Well, that's what's happening with all these ICE riots and all this crap.
Yeah.
They're just trying to silence people.
Yeah. Like, why would you want someone's opinion signed? And this is the thing with Charlie Kirk. It's like, you killed a man because you disagreed with him.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That's all it was.
Like,
the environment they've created recent years. Okay.
Yeah.
It's conducive to that behavior. This is what will happen. Okay. And they blame our side, but we're not the ones out calling everybody Nazis, calling everybody Hitler, and creating this, I've said this before. If you get in the head of these people, okay, they believe that, he is the ultimate evil that needs to be destroyed at all costs. So,
well, have you seen on social media, which I think is hilarious, Democrats are calling for civil war now?
Huh.
I haven't seen that. Okay.
Yeah, there's people calling for civil war.
That's not what we want. Okay.
A friend of mine sent me a video. It's interesting. It was one of these protests downtown, down by like Wall Street area. And the interviewer was a Dominican guy. Mm-hmm. So he goes up to these people that are protesting, and he's asking them, he's like, listen, I'm trying to understand your point. Why are you here protesting? Like, what made you get out of bed, come down here and protest? Mm-hmm. It's an hour and change video. That's just sort of first 15, 20 minutes.
Well, did you see the guy, what was that, in Portland? He was asking people that same thing, and then he got attacked by people on the left, right? He went to the police, Portland police, for help, and they arrested him.
They arrested him.
Why?
Now the DOJ is investigating. I mean, they let him go, but they arrested him. And the thing is, Portland watched these people jump this guy. The Portland police, they watched this guy, this conservative guy, get jumped. And he tried to defend himself, but he was missing with his punches. But he finally ran over to the police, and they arrested him. They didn't arrest anybody else, just arrested him.
Did you see the video of the guy?
Well, Portland's a shit show.
Portland, I think it was in Portland, or it was in Chicago. I think it was in Chicago. They chased him into the street, and they got him. There was 4 ICE guys had him down, and there's all these other people yelling at him, like yelling at the ICE people, like, "Oh, you can't do that!" And what's your name? What's your badge number? Like they don't have to give that information.
They don't have to give it to you.
A police officer doesn't even have to give that information. Not when he first apprehends you. He does not.
The only person he has to tell that is the person. When they're reading you your Miranda rights, they have to tell you, what you did. You have the right to remain silent.
Yeah.
You're being arrested for it, blah blah blah. They don't have to tell anybody else. It's none. You're not an interested party.
Constitutionally, they have 24 hours to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So I could walk out my building here, okay, and get grabbed up by a cop.
Yeah.
Taken to the police station.
You're being detained, not arrested.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Oh, right.
Mm-hmm.
They don't say anything. They detain me, put me in a cell, and don't say anything for 23 hours and 59 minutes. They could do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, under the Patriot Act, once Trump made that declaration that Antifa is a terrorist organization, the Patriot Act comes into play.
Yeah, they're not going to like that.
No, I think that's why
what they really got to emphasize on with this Antifa being terrorists, okay, domestic terrorists, is they got to emphasize the money trail. They got
that's the beauty of the Patriot Act. The Patriot Act allows them. Let's say I do something, right? Normally, I would get arrested. You would charge me, but under the Patriot Act, now they can investigate knowledge. They can investigate Mike. They can investigate Rob Rossi. They can investigate everybody you know. They can look into your bank accounts because that's the power of the Patriot Act.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's how you trace the money.
And RICO laws apply too.
Mm-hmm.
RICO's something different.
Well, dude, it's straight up RICO. Dude, okay. So I posted about how News Nation intercepted a flyer from Antifa that they told people to gather, with your unhinged energy and bring protective gear, to Portland.
Why would you have people do that?
Yeah. Okay, so come with your unhinged energy. That can mean anything.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But once you put in bring protective gear, now you have intent.
Now you have intent right there. Absolutely.
Now you have intent. Now you're inciting a riot. Now it's a RICO. You're gathering people together to commit a crime.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's not good, man.
They could have.
You'd have to get a crime in the beginning, and you have to do a present day crime.
No, but dude, if they gathered, okay, so I say let's all go to and whatever, and bring your body armor, bring your tactical body armor, right? And then we go there and we start hitting police, right? That's a RICO crime. 2 or more people conspire to commit a criminal act for the same purpose. Yeah, for the same
organized criminal act.
Mm-hmm.
They don't realize what this is. These people have no clue what they could be charged with.
Like in LA, a person was buying giving out body armor and shields and stuff like that. Yeah. It's a RICO. That's RICO.
People are thinking that they're just, going after Tony Soprano and the mob. It was designed for that, but what it's been used for since. Hell, they actually tried to go after Puffy with the RICO Act. They dropped it.
Well, you know what?
We're going to do that, yeah.
The federal government under Trump probably wouldn't even use the RICO Act, but you know what? Democrats normalized it.
Yeah.
It's amazing the chicken's coming home to roost, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's talk about a big win that Trump. I think it's a win. I think it's a good thing. Is this Trump prescription plan? What do you think?
Trump RX.
Trump RX.
Oh, these people are gonna lose it. They're gonna lose it. There was some meme around. Oh, you're gonna get discount.
I posted that. Yeah.
And then in the other pictures, it's Trump RX. So the guy's like.
He worked out a deal with Pfizer and he lowered medical thing. You figure everybody would be happy.
Well, the whole thing was criminal anyway, because they would sell to America at one price and then sell it to France or England or somewhere else at a tenth of the price.
You know why, right? Because America's it's just like the college tuition system.
Right.
The more the government subsidizes it, the higher they're going to make it because they know they're going to pay.
That's a good point, because ever since Obama, people don't even remember that Obama did this. Obama nationalized the student loan system.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's one of the first things he did in his first term. Okay, and he nationalized it. So it used to be you went down to the bank and you got a student loan.
Yeah.
Okay, now you get it through the government,
and it's guaranteed.
Because it's guaranteed, and the schools know this.
Yeah.
And that's why tuition goes up twice a year for every freaking school.
Okay. Now check this out. I was telling Knowledge about this the other day. I was 1099 and I was paying for my medical insurance through the Affordable Care Act. $1,000 a month just for me.
Wow.
Now the company I was 1099 with, they switched me over to W-2, which allows me to get medical. I've got basically the same plan for $60 a month, and my deductible is $8,000 less.
Wow. Yeah.
How is that possible? The ACA, which services millions of people,
right,
versus a company with 50,000 people, can get me lower health insurance.
Yeah.
Well,
that's because
always a scam.
That's because the health insurance companies know the government's going to pay whatever they say.
Yeah.
So they make it, a huge amount.
Astronomically high.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. So Trump, and you would think, like you said, Eric, you would think people would be happy about this. Now he got, I don't know what he did. I mean, I don't know what muscle he used to get Pfizer to do it. They could have told him, "Fuck you." I don't know.
He went to Moderna and got
there must be something he can hold over them to get them to lower the prices for Americans. I mean, why would you put it down? Okay.
Because if you're charging something $5 and be like, all right, I could retail this for $5, right, and then you end up and you charge $200 for it, and people pay it, and people are like, listen, this is wrong. You got to bring it back to $5.
Well, let's take a step back.
$200 you charge people.
Remember when RFK said we're no longer going to focus on mRNA vaccines? We're going to focus on traditional ones.
Yeah.
Yes.
Guess who's making all the mRNA vaccines?
Pfizer.
Pfizer's probably like, what?
Yeah.
Huh? What? And it was like, yeah. You don't want to play ball? Guess what? We're gonna give all the contracts to all these other people.
Yeah.
I'm off right at the knees with that. I'm sure.
And they probably like, oh shit, that's gonna cost us billions.
So they gotta relax.
So they decided probably they were gonna play ball.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta play ball.
That's it. That's why Trump's a great negotiator. Always was.
Yep. And it's just a troll that he made Trump RX. Dude, when I saw that shit, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I said, I can't wait. I can't wait.
Well, it's all Trump derangement syndrome. I always say that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because remember when in 2020 when the vaccine was about to come out, and the Democrats were saying he could never do it.
They were like, we'll never take a vaccine from Trump.
Harris said, I will never take a Trump vaccine. Meanwhile, Trump leaves office a month later, and all they put is the Trump vaccine.
Yeah, exactly.
And trying to say that they did it.
Yeah.
TDS.
Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of people have that.
I know. We deal with it every day. So let's talk about Gaza now. Gaza.
Oh man.
Dude. Okay, the Palestinians finally realized, hey, I think our problem is Hamas.
Yeah.
And Trump got that peace deal that I was just looking at today. They're going to transfer all prisoners, dead or alive, from Hamas back to Israel.
Right. And there's a plan in place to, rebuild the area because it's fucking rubble. Okay.
Yep.
I mean, they have to end this war because, I mean, as much as I'm, I'm against Hamas. I mean, there's people starving in that area.
Yeah, that have nothing to do with it.
Food in for whatever reason.
Well, they have a lot to do with it because they voted in Hamas. They knew what Hamas was.
But I'm talking about the average citizen who just wants to go to work, feed his family.
The average citizen voted in Hamas.
Well,
it's funny. Israel is the only nation in the Middle East that allows like a mix of people to work in its country. Okay. The people that live in Gaza work in Israel. Okay. They vote there. They can run for office. They do all kinds of the Jews allow them into their parliament.
Yeah.
Okay. Now then, when the Palestinian Authority, a separate organization just running Gaza, basically, okay, they voted years back. They voted as Hamas as their representatives.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen? I mean, these people, they're not even Palestinians. These Hamas people, they're usually
they're a proxy of Iran,
and probably a few other places. Okay,
Jordan,
maybe Jordan. I don't know, but I mean, I'm sure and everybody turns a blind eye to it, except now they went too far, and the Israelis are just wiping them out. I mean, I don't know. Is there even left? I mean, they must. I mean, you hear about leaders here and there because the leaders are not on the front lines.
Yeah.
No.
There's no front line. The
leaders are probably sitting in Jordan somewhere.
They hang out in Qatar. All their mansions and shit are in Qatar. That's why they attacked Qatar like a month or two ago.
Yeah.
All right. And Qatar didn't do shit.
No.
They didn't say shit. I mean,
they relaxed.
They were like, all right, well, that's what I get for having these guys on my
country. I didn't see nothing.
I didn't see anything because I know Israeli bombs are going to land on my head.
Yeah, be like, yeah, I got to relax.
Yeah, them stealth bombers is pretty stealthy.
Pretty stealthy.
I mean, they don't even need bombs. They just use beepers.
Yeah.
Wow.
Explosive beepers, man.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. All right. What else? What were you you mentioned something about Des Moines, Iowa. What the fuck happened in Des Moines?
Oh, dude, the superintendent there? You don't know about that?
Maybe.
Okay, so the Des Moines, Iowa superintendent, right, of one of the biggest districts in Iowa, they just found out that he had a deportation order issued from Biden in 2024.
It was.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, so and he's been busted several times for gun charges. He was arrested here in New York for having cocaine with the intent to sell. I mean, he lied about all his he said he had all these doctorates and all this shit, and then they're finding out he didn't have it. And to kick it off, right? His work authorization expired like a long time ago, but he was still able to get a job as the head of schools.
Yeah,
in Des Moines, Iowa.
Now, here's something here's something you probably don't realize. I know this from experience. Okay, you would think in Iowa or Nebraska or Kansas, like that little area right there, like you think they would be all conservative and
no,
there is based out of Nebraska, particularly around the University of Omaha.
Okay,
and going down into Lincoln. Okay, there is a very active lefty loony organizations. Okay, it's based out of the campus.
Yeah,
right? And what they do is they try to fuck with the status quo, like the elections. There's something in Nebraska where the electoral votes are split.
Really?
Yeah, like it's not just if you win Nebraska, you could lose electoral votes in a section, but still win the state.
Okay.
Like because it's divided. Okay, and the area around Omaha is very liberal.
Yeah.
Okay? Around the university and all that, and they have their own electoral thing. Okay, electoral points for that area, and they've just been trying to fuck with elections and everything because of that.
Yeah.
That came up in the 2024 election last year and in 2020. I remember them saying they want to get rid of it, and then some saying you got to keep it.
Mm-hmm.
But really in that area, because it really is like a conservative part of the country. It's just have this like underbelly of growing leftism.
Well, Des Moines is a huge blue. It's a big blue sector.
Yeah.
Right. And now check this out. They when they did a background check on him, somehow they didn't see that he was here illegally, right? Which I just had a background check done on me, and they go through all the federal courts, everything. It even says immigration court on my background check. So I don't know how they didn't see that. they found that he had gun charges, and they still put him in charge of children.
That's all.
That's wild.
Just the gun charges alone. Just the gun
That would be
charges
enough to
alone.
stop it there. Anywhere
Oh,
else.
you didn't do your homework?
Yeah. And they were like, oh, we got to have empathy and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And now, yeah.
So now it makes the whole school district look bad.
And the key thing is people were like, oh, we should feel bad for him. I go, he was deported under Biden.
Yeah.
Right. That's
Biden said,
Yeah.
this Joe got to go.
Even
How
Biden
many
said you gotta go.
How many people that we probably got like that running places and nobody knows?
Yeah. This is just the guy we found out about.
This
Not
guy
Biden.
was registered to vote in federal elections in Michigan. How does that happen?
Damn.
How? If you're checking, right?
You should see it.
Yeah.
Well, it's what you said. They knew it. They just looked the other way because they had to have empathy.
Mhm.
Well, there was I remember when I went to vote here on Staten Island, there was a guy who didn't have any ID, right? And he wanted to vote. So they said, here, sign this form, and then you can go and vote.
Right.
They didn't know who he was. They had no way to verify his identity.
Yeah.
Nothing. They just said, sign this form and go ahead and vote. Like, what?
That's crazy.
So Joe Blow, just sign this
Yeah.
and you're good.
Yeah. And they say, oh, well, they know it's a crime. What if he just gave you a false name? You'll never find him again.
Yeah.
And guess what? His vote still counts.
Yep. Yeah,
No.
they can't get rid of the vote. Yeah.
No, I'm
Nope.
surprised nobody has talked about when Trump talked to the UN, and he pretty much told the UK, like he told Europe, you guys are part of the problem. You guys
Well,
are
they
still buying oil from the Russians. So
Yeah,
you
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's like some of the smartest, and nobody really say too much about it. And
Dude, they spend billions on Russian oil. They're funding the Russian oil war machine.
Absolutely. And one thing that Biden did on the way out, okay, was he stopped the sale of natural gas to Europe. So they're buying natural gas also from Russia.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that might have changed back to us somewhat.
Yeah. They agreed that they're going to buy their natural gas from us.
Yeah. I mean, it makes no sense to buy all this from Russia and then at the same time, be against this war.
Knowing that they're in the middle of a war.
War makes no sense. They're like feeding it.
Remember back in Trump's first term, we were the net exporter of energy.
By the time
net exporter.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, we were in the world. We were like the biggest in the world.
Yeah.
What he also said in that speech, Rob, is that they're losing their countries. They're talking about uncontrolled migration. That's the term used. All right. It's totally true. Okay.
Well, Italy cracked down on that shit.
Oh, well, they did. Okay. But because she's tough, but she's also a member of the EU.
Yeah.
She has to answer to Brussels. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, in the EU, you could travel anywhere.
Yeah.
There's no borders anymore.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And what these people are doing is they're coming from Syria, they're coming from North Africa.
And they're just traveling all through everywhere.
Yeah.
They get into Turkey, which is a friendly Muslim country.
Yeah.
They're in the EU. They get into Turkey. And then the NGOs, they have NGOs too, like we have them. Okay. They pay these people and they give them assistance. They give them phones. They give them money. They give them, they find a place for them. Now, a hot spot now is Ireland. Okay? And when I was there last month, I saw this firsthand. Okay. It was like, this is not something that is something that they could take as a nation. All right. There are only 6 million people.
Yeah.
All right. There's more people in New York City than there are in the whole country. Ireland. Okay.
That's
Think
right.
about that. So how do you have and about 1.5 million of those really only came in the last decade. How do you absorb that without losing your country?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they have to go to roll Japan and say, hell no.
Well, right. Okay. But Japan's not in the EU.
There's other countries.
Okay? They're not in the EU. Ireland needs to leave the EU. And there's a movement for that, like there is with Brexit.
Yeah.
But even they didn't really get out. They're out, but they're not really out.
Yeah.
They're out.
They're still doing they're still allowing people to come in their country.
Yeah.
They're practically lost as a nation. Okay, and they've been protesting too now. They're up in arms.
Oh yeah.
The last few weeks I saw that. But a little
That's some
country
shit in England. In England, with the immigrants, some bad shit, man. They've been beating them up. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have guns. Okay, so they're using anything else they can get their hands on, knives, bats, whatever. I feel that if there's any country that will fight this, it will be Ireland, but hopefully not too late because they know how to make bombs. They know how to make
They'll blow a motherfucker up. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you push them to the limit. The problem with them is they're stuck in this kind of like woke cycle. Okay, I had a conversation with a guy, and he was telling me. I asked him just off the record. I mean, I'm not gonna tell nobody. I said, he was an official. I said, you feel you're losing your country here with all these people? And he said, I do. He goes, but I don't want to appear racist. And he said that to me, that line, a couple of times in the conversation. Okay.
Yeah.
And finally I said to him, we talked for about a half an hour about
it.
At the end, finally after about 15 minutes, and he said it like a bunch of times, I said, you don't have to tell me that. I said, I don't think you're racist for saying that at all. Okay. In fact, I said, you are the indigenous people to this country.
The original people of this country. Right. Yeah.
You are the Irish people have lived in that place for 3,000 years. Okay. They just happen to be white.
Right? Tom McLeod is Irish.
Usually when you speak indigenous, you're not saying white.
You think about the Indians or whatever the fuck. Yeah.
Okay. And they're not really even a first world country. Okay. They are in some sense, but they have third world qualities as well. Okay. I mean, they've had their economy go up and down. When the Celtic Tiger in the 2000s was huge, nobody came to America. Nobody migrated out of Ireland. Their economy was going crazy. Now it's not there. So all the Irish are leaving and they're being replaced with Middle Easterners, Pakistanis, North Africans, Sub-Saharan Africans. These people are,
get the job or do the job.
Well, that's what the excuse is, but they're all on the dole. So I don't know what job they're getting. Some of them are jobs, but I don't know. But that's one example. That's what Trump was talking about. Uncontrolled migration. We are a country of 350 million people, and we saw what happened when Biden opened the doors.
Yeah.
Okay? But we can absorb some shit, okay?
Because there's more land here.
It's a giant country and there's so many people, okay? But, European countries have a negative birth rate, anyway. All right, so they're dying out.
More than it can repopulate.
Well, let's put it this way. You said Ireland had 6 million people.
Yeah.
Right? We have deported, or people have self-deported since Trump got into office, 1.5 million people. Think about that.
It's a lot.
1.5 million people have either been deported or self-deported.
I think the majority is self-deporting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like 1 million people have self-deported.
Out of that number, yeah.
That deranged syndrome is crazy.
Well, he's giving you a couple of grand to leave, and people go, "Oh, we shouldn't be giving them any money." I said, "Do you know how much it costs
to process
them and house them and then fly?" I said, "Dude, giving them a flight and giving them 10 grand is a drop in the bucket."
Not even that, though. I remember it was one of the guys from Facebook, the Latino boy, Suarez, or whatever his name is. He renounced his citizenship. He moved to Thailand or Cambodia, one of them Southern Eastern Asian countries. The government was like, "Oh, well, you want to renounce your citizenship and you want to leave? Bet. Well, we're going to need about 750,000 of them things for you to leave." To renounce your citizenship is crazy.
Dude, it's hard. It's not as easy as saying, "I'm not American." You got to go through.
They made you give an exit fee.
Right. You know who did that? And it took years. But she had the money, but it took years anyway. It was Tina Turner.
Really?
Wow.
Tina Turner gave up her American citizenship and became a Swede.
Okay.
Or Switzerland, one of the others.
Yeah.
She lived it the rest of her life. She married a guy from there.
Well, she's still living, so.
No, she died.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
But she was. I remember 20 years ago hearing this, and I don't even think. I think it took like a decade to happen.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's her with a lot of money.
Dude, why are you going to do that?
I wouldn't do it.
No.
You know what? Let me tell you something.
Listen.
The best in the world.
Don't renounce your citizenship.
That's the other best in the world.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this though. That American passport, because Eric and I, we travel.
You guys travel a lot, yeah.
That blue book. That's the real blue book. Fuck
that blue book will move you to the front of the line when it comes time to get the fuck out.
Right, it will. That book makes sure if shit hits the fan. Let's say Eric and I were in Colombia.
They're Americans. Right this way.
It's out.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Like if you're in a country and it goes into like a civil war while you're there,
it goes to shit.
They'll get you out first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we have a flight. I'm like, listen, I'll rebook my flight. I'll do this, whatever it is. Listen, I'll pay that. But I'm gone.
Dude, if you can't get out, the U.S. government will pay to get you out.
Yeah.
Unlike our friends in Canada when they said during COVID,
you can't come back.
You can't come back, bro.
Sorry. You stuck, son. Because if there's a crisis and the American government says you guys gotta go,
you go.
Go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but with certain countries,
unless it's Afghanistan.
Well, then
they just leave your ass behind.
You can't.
Leave you behind, and you're hanging from a plane as it's taking off.
Thanks, Biden.
That was fucked up. I still could picture that fucking guy falling.
Honestly,
did you see the guy fall that time?
Yeah.
Honestly, that alone should have got him impeached.
Yeah.
You really can't be impeached for that.
Fucking sandwich.
A ham sandwich. Look at Trump.
Yeah.
2 times. Okay.
Yeah.
And they had nothing. They had bullshit.
Getting out of a country, something happens. I'm on the first thing smoking. Hell, I might not even be in the first thing smoking. I'm side mount certified. I got 2 tanks on me. I'm out.
People don't listen though. Okay, like the government will put warnings up. Okay, like don't go to Haiti.
Before I travel, I look at the U.S. government's travel. Remember, I was telling you about Colombia. I said, right now they had Colombia, they had Mexico as safer than Colombia, and I was like, yeah,
that's not good.
Well,
yeah, I was like,
I read that, and they were like,
it said don't go.
They were like, it was the eastern border, the part of Colombia that borders Venezuela. That area is a shit show and a half.
Was that the terrorist group there? That something like
they were over there. It was because I read it. It was like kidnappings and this. I'm like, all right, that's Bogota.
That's why I stay near the water.
Well, it's
a beautiful place.
You could just
that's a dude.
Swim out. Man.
See, he got 2 tanks. I got 6. I was like, let's go, bro.
You'd be like James Bond, man. Just find.
I can make it to Costa Rica.
Well, my other job computer has a compass. I'll follow your bubbles.
All right, guys. I think we should wrap this up.
Yeah.
Great episode of I Am Right. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Yeah.
I guess we'll have another one up in the next few weeks, hopefully.
Yeah. We still got more shit to talk about.
Oh, there's so much more.
Well, next will be the election coming, so
the election should be interesting.
No, we still got dudes in dresses.
We got dudes in dresses. That speech that the guy gave about wanting men to be men in the military.
Hegseth, man.
Who knew?
Yeah. Did he not look like George C. Scott in Patton?
I think that was purposeful.
Yeah, he's got to be a fan of the movie. Nobody would do that. That flag was gigantic.
You know what we got really quick? What about this government? The shutdown is still happening, right? Are these guys not going to sit down and talk?
All I know is when I get my check next week, I want no federal taxes taken out.
Right. Right. That's how it should be. I mean, the Congress is
kind of right.
Yeah.
Congress
They
is
shut
getting-
down. They should be getting taken care of.
Word up. Like, yo, leave my shit alone.
Yeah,
Did you guys get a check from the state of New York?
Not yet.
You'll get something. We're supposed to get a check, right? Like an inflation check.
I got mine.
No, it's not an inflation check. It's a vote Democrat check.
Exactly, that's what it is. But I'll cash it.
Oh, don't get it
Yeah,
twisted.
yeah.
This shit is right in my fucking bank right now.
I'll get it. I'll take it and vote red.
Exactly.
You'll vote purple like you always do.
Exactly.
All right, guys. Great show today.
Yeah.
What we say at the end of every show, Rob?
We don't get drunk.
We get lumped up.
We'll see you next time.
Peace.
Take care, people.